What up, y'all? Welcome back to Yeah, I Said It, the podcast for all things sports. And today we got to talk about breaking news. Brian Flores, Tom Brady decided to hang him up, and we're gonna give y'all a review of the game. Tell y'all what we did last week. But that's coming up next on Yeah, I Said It Sports. I'm your host, Chris, and I got the fellas with me. I got Blair saying what up. Got Darius. I got Sean out here. And
What up?
we got to start it off like with the breaking news. Coach Brian Flores, who we've already been talking about throughout this season, especially after the Miami Dolphins decided to let him go, we all assumed that he was probably going to be the first coach to get a job because he did such a great job with Miami with his, let's call it what it is, his just average to above average quarterback. And for him to rip off all them games in a row and do the things that he's been doing with the Miami Dolphins and beating Bill Belichick consistently is an impressive feat. So we just assumed that he was going to be the first guy to get the job, right? Wrong. Instead, it was a couple white dudes that we ain't never heard of, and we still don't know why. We still didn't understand why he ain't have a job. Let's be real. We didn't understand why he ain't got a job. He a better coach than every single last one of these dudes that he's proven more than all the coaches that got hired here so far. Let's be real. Let's call facts facts. And my man just said to the NFL, fuck this shit. I'm letting it all hang out. My balls is about to be all on your forehead this day. Hey, by the way, happy Black History Month. Went out his way. Said, I'm suing all you motherfuckers.
You're so funny.
Y'all don't want me because I'm black. And how he proved this is crazy. So he came out with a statement. I'm not going to read that shit. I'm going to just tell you the things that basically it came down to because we haven't had time to really read it. We just been going off of, what the reports are and some of the things that I've seen.
I can't get it to pull up.
I read it.
Yeah. I got it to pull up, but it wasn't pulling up everything I needed to pull up. What'd you say, Darius?
I read most of it. I read a lot of it. What stuck out to me was the fact that he said these boys offered him incentives to tank the team. Man, what? Come on, bro. And motherfuckers sit out here and say what they want to say. That shit is true. That shit is true. You
That's
think
true.
These teams don't be doing that shit? That shit is true. That stuck out to me. That stuck out a lot to me.
See, we were talking about that right before you got on. That stuck out to me too. Because think about it. From his point of view, you want to pay me. First of all, the story how it was alleged. The owner of the Miami Dolphins offered him $100,000 for every game he would lose, on top of what he already paying him. So, but think about it from his perspective. First of all, I'm a black coach. I'm lucky that I even got the job because let's be real, it's a good old boys association going on in the NFL. We all know that. We understand it. We realize it. Okay. So it's a bunch of rich white dudes that really don't want to hire no black people or no black coaches. Doesn't matter if you better than the dude down the street, but I know the dude down the street. I went to school with his daddy's uncle's mother's cousin or some bullshit. That's just what it be. And they offered this man $100,000 for every game he loses. But as soon as he loses all these games, people are going to be looking at him like, oh, see, we told y'all you should have hired the dude. He don't know what he doing. And say he loses these games and y'all draft who y'all want to draft, right? Say he's still losing games because your team sucks. Because he done proved that he can't coach, right? But you paid him $100,000 each game he lost. Now you fire him because he went 2-14 or 2 and whatever or 3 and whatever, and he ain't gonna be able to get another job. He ain't gonna get another shot. So that's what he thinking too. Like, bro, if I do this and take this little ass money that he trying to give me, I ain't gonna never get another shot. So nah, I ain't gonna do this. So you got to think about it from that perspective too. Like, and then I was just like, man, these dudes out here basically tanking games. I took it to the point where I'm like, bro, that's like almost fixing the game. Like,
Oh man,
what's up with that? Blair had a different perspective. Like, man, they don't give a fuck about
That's
that.
not fixing the game, bro. They call it tanking, and they call it tanking for a reason. You just don't put your good players in. They don't care about spreads. That has nothing to do with them. They get paid regardless. They're going to get paid. Tanking has always been an acceptable thing, or lately, I guess, in sports. People have always played to get draft position. Fixing game for number spreads is cheating. Wanting your team to lose is just wanting your team to lose so you can get a better draft pick. It's different. You ain't covering spreads, it don't matter.
But what my thing is, then what's the difference? If it's coming from the owner, it's okay. But if it's coming from a player, like, I don't give a fuck about this motherfucking game, then it's a problem.
If that player doesn't care, that player won't play. It's not a problem. The dude won't be on the field, bro.
But what I'm saying, I take it from a perspective.
One player fix a game for a football team? No, one player cannot fix a game for a football team.
True. But he could, though. He can affect it. He can affect it to the point to where on that play that they end up losing the game.
Man, my thing is, how stupid can this GM and the owner of this team be? My thing is, it's just like, this is the risk that you was willing to take to try to ice this black dude. You was willing to get him to try to tank. Because my only logic, they felt like if he took the money, then they would get less blame because he took the money.
That makes sense too. Who would blame him less, though? The public? Because they don't know about the money.
No, I'm saying that it would take less of the heat off of them. I'm guessing that's what they are thinking. If he takes the money and then something like this get out.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know this is something, this is going to be big, I feel like.
This is big.
This shit is going to be big, bruh. Like, if it's any truth to any of that shit, if it's a slither of truth into any of the shit that this man is saying, because he done said that, he done, he going into, I was only interviewed because they trying to be in compliance with the Rooney Rule, and so-and-so text my phone and said, oh, this team and this team said they feeling you, and this, that, and the third. Like, if it's truth to a little bit of that shit, this shit has the possibility to blow out of proportion.
It's got to be true, bro. There's no way he put them text messages in there if it ain't. If them that is the linchpin of this entire thing, bro, is those text messages. Without those text messages, everything is just, that's how I felt. Those text messages just drive the point home that these dudes do it all the time. Like, it's done all the time. If he takes him 3 days before his actual meeting and was like, hey, man, congratulations on the job, and he's like, what you talking about? He's like, well, such and such like you. And because Chris read the text, he actually looked those up.
I read the text.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. Like,
right here.
Bill Tech really did was like, oh, my bad. Are you going to read the text messages?
Yeah, I'm going to read the text messages for the people. I'm going to read the text messages for the people. And what I'm going to also do, I mean, if I screenshot it and put it up here, please go to Twitter, put his lawyer and everything, put everything up here. But when I read this, you know that scene in Coming to America when the dad be like, Lisa, he got his own money. And when I say he got his own money, he got his own money. I feel like Brian Flores like, motherfucker, I'm lying. You got me fucked up. If y'all think I'm lying, I'm motherfucking got receipts. And he put this shit out here. These are text messages that he's having with Coach Bill Belichick. So Bill Belichick texts Brian Flores. Let me read it here. Okay, it says, sounds like you have, this is Bill Belichick text first. Sounds like you have landed, basically you have landed the job. Congrats. Brian Flores responds, did you hear something that I didn't hear? Bill Belichick says, Giants. Mr. Flores says, I interview on Thursday. I think I have a shot at it. And Bill Belichick says, got it. I hear from Buffalo, New York, that you are their guy. Hope it works out if you want it to, right? And Brian Flores basically says, I definitely do. Thank you. He says, then he asks him, hey, coach, are you talking about blind? He said, are you talking to Brian Flores or Brian Daboll? Just making sure. After he says this, Bill Belichick says, sorry, I fucked up. Double checked it. Basically, I don't need to read the rest. You already know. My bad. I fucked up. I thought you were somebody else. My bad. My bad.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, between that and these dudes really offering this dude this money to tank, like,
unless
did
he
you
has
not?
proof of that, like that's the thing, like the proof of all. Did he have proof of the money, or it was just he said it to me, so I believed it?
I don't know.
See what I'm saying, bro? The only truth I've heard is the straight up text messages from Bill Belichick. That is the thing that links everything else together.
But if they make a big deal out of that, yeah, that shit is gonna be big. That shit is gonna be big, and it's gonna be like, oh yeah.
Everything else you weren't there for. You know what I'm saying? Everything else you weren't there for. We weren't there when he went on the and we have no evidence of, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he took video.
That's what I'm saying. The only thing he can 100% prove is that he was the name. Yep.
Is the Giants. He said he went into Denver, that John Elway and the crew walked in for his interview, and all them niggas was hungover from being drunk from the other night, apparently. It's how he felt. And like, he knew that I ain't getting this motherfucking job. 2, he still went on the Giants interview after he got the text message from Bill Belichick. He still went on the interview, even though he knew I ain't got the fucking job. And like, can you imagine how that even fucking feels like? So what the fuck am I even coming in here for? Like, why am I being flown out? Y'all just wasting money just to fly me out just to be able to be compliant with a fucking rule. If you knew 3 days before that you going with the dude that you've been wanting to be your coach in the first place because he came from the Patriots, and you just bringing me in because I was at the Patriots and I kind of know Buddy, but he ain't really fucking with me like that. Cool. Call me and tell me that I ain't getting the job. Pay your motherfucking fine. If you're going to fly me in and do all that shit, pay your fine or take whatever the draft pick they're going to make you take. They're going to take from you. 3rd round, 4th round, or whatever. It's like, goddamn, we knew as a community, we know it's a good old boys club. And we know these dudes really don't want to hire black people because they don't relate to us. And that's why people say, well, put people of from different backgrounds in your offices. Put them in as a GM, put them as a team president, put them as head of something, like, so you can have a voice in there that can tell you, like, hey, why don't we look at this guy, or look at Eric Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy been a damn offensive coordinator for goddamn I don't know how motherfucking long. He won a Super Bowl and he's still in the same damn job he been in since.
Man, what's my dude who just got rehired again? Josh McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
How
Yep,
the
went to the
fuck
Raiders.
did this man get another fucking head coaching job? How the fuck, man?
What you
How the
mean? He
fuck?
was the offensive coordinator for them winning all the
Man,
rings. That's how
fuck
he got
that.
another chance, bro.
This nigga
Winning
went,
all what rings?
this nigga, this nigga got that
All
head
6 of
coaching
the Packs
job.
rings, bro.
He
He was
was
there
not
for
the
all. He was
offense,
the
not
This
for
offensive.
all
nigga
six.
Yes, he
He
got
wasn't.
was.
that
No, he
head
The
wasn't.
last
coaching
3 he
job.
was. What? Yeah, he was for the last 3.
This nigga got that
He
head
was.
coaching job and fucked all the way up. And then this nigga just came into his next job and said, I admit I was not qualified for the job that I was trying to have. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. This
What,
nigga Brian Flores still ain't got a
what
job.
makes it even more egregious, y'all rehired Josh McDaniel, who had already proven one that he cheats too. Let's keep it 1,000. We're gonna keep it 1,000 here. That he records too. He cheats too. It's already been confirmed by his former players. If you watch that podcast, you know what I'm talking about. He cheats too. And he got a job before this man who's already proven to be a better coach with the Miami Dolphins. He beat the Patriots, what, four out of 6 times? So he's 4-2 against Bill Belichick. What other one of his assistants that's come back to be a head coach has done that? I'm going to tell you right now, real quick. 0. None of them. Ain't none of them done it. And he got a job before, again, before Brian Flores got another job, or before Eric Bieniemy got a job. It's ridiculous. Everybody knows. Look, these dudes
Eric
deserve a
Bieniemy, they
shot.
said he was only in for like one head coaching job this cycle. Like Eric Bieniemy was probably like, I'm not doing this, bro.
Yeah, because he like, bro, it ain't even worth the headache, bro. Because you should be able to give him the same credit as the OC that you give Josh McDaniels as the OC, because both of them were successful. If anything, most people gonna give more of Josh McDaniel credit to Bill Belichick. But he gonna always get the pass. He gonna get the pass that fucking Eric is not gonna get.
Yes.
Terrible.
John, I know you've been listening to us talk, man. I know you got something to say.
I got a few things to say. First of all, are we really surprised that they do this for real?
No.
I think you got to bring your phone closer.
But yeah, I was just saying, like, this shit happens at every workplace, bro. It ain't just the NFL or other places. But I'm not surprised at all. Brian Flores do deserve a job. There's a lot of guys of color that deserve a job. There's a lot of guys that are white that deserve a job. Like y'all was saying about the Josh McDaniels, I could see him getting a job because of the good old boy system. And he does have the resume to get a job. But my thing is going to the Rooney Rule, that shit was just to make it look good. Are we going to bring him in just to make it look good and say we are compliant? That's all that really is, in my point of view, as far as that. I'm more shocked about why every time some shit go down in the NFL, Bill Belichick got his hands in this shit, boy. That nigga like the Godfather, man. He making moves, bro. For real. Every time there's a scandal, who's naming the shit, bro?
Hey, he's somewhere around that bitch.
He's somewhere around it, ain't he, man? He always, hey, I know that's your boy, Blair, but this nigga is always in. I'm saying, bro, like goddamn Bill.
Why
man,
is this Bill Belichick?
Bill is a real live
bro?
gangster, bro.
Why is it Bill
If you
Belichick
think
scandal?
about it, Blair, if
That's
you
kinda
think
true.
about what he's saying, this nigga done been through Spygate. This nigga done
I know
been through
exactly what he's talking
Deflategate.
about. I get it.
And this nigga has been proven like, hey, we got the writing on the wall. Like, yes, this nigga was definitely doing this bullshit.
Hey, he even admitted to it. Hey, bro, I fucked up. All my fault.
Yeah, he admitted to texting the wrong person, but he honestly was like, hey.
But it also
He could have been like, this is wrong. He could have like tried to do something, but
but
he
he
just
hold
went
that
on and
thought.
told
but
the
he
truth.
was
Like,
doing
hey,
his part. He was
Exactly.
doing
That means
his
you was
part.
in the room when the dirt was happening.
thank
So
that's
you
you.
are
not true.
you are hold on, hold on,
Thank
hold on,
you.
hold on.
Why would you assume that? Why would you
Hold
not
on, hold
just
on.
He
Put
sit
it,
there and
put it
say,
knew.
like
oh,
this.
Bill
Let's do
Belichick?
something real vulgar. If all four of us is in a hotel room and a girl get raped, we all going to jail, right? Even if we didn't
No,
Yeah.
rape, right? We all go down. You
I
had to
wasn't
be in the
there.
room to hear what was going on days before
That,
the man flew up there.
bruh, you don't understand. That is Bill Belichick. The dude he
That's
was
what I'm
getting
trying to
hired.
tell you.
Listen to what I'm saying. The dude he was getting hired is from the Patriots. They're going to tell Bill Belichick. It's the same reason Bill has all those dudes' numbers in his phone, bruh. They're a part of his tree. Somebody said, hey, we're going to hire Buddy. And he just went to a Brian. He didn't even care what was after the Brian, bro. Just congrats, Brian. So that means in his phone, obviously, it ain't too much difference between them dudes. He just, hey,
So
congrats, Brian.
hold
Buddy asked questions. He like, oh, wrong Brian. My bad, bro.
on. I gotta be.
You didn't get the job, and I'm telling you right now, you didn't get the job.
So you saying these his boys, they work for him, and you can't say the nigga's name?
He
Y'all
did.
ain't that
He
tight.
did. He did. He just didn't say the last name. Or he didn't care what it's like.
So
Hey,
he
Brian.
just so you
Brian
saying he
A
just
and
got
Brian B
Brian
from
and
my staff.
Brian.
Like, these are dudes he knows. They're just
I
in
wish I
his
would
phone.
pick up my
He
wife's
hit the
phone
wrong
and I
Brian.
see all these titty pictures and hearts and stuff, and she be like, "Oh, I was texting the wrong Sean." You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up, bro.
Bruh,
Hell nah.
it was a quick congratulations. And my man immediately like, what you know?
But what we saying
This
is,
dude.
but think about that though.
Dude.
If you're
That
you're
nigga always-
texting your old coach, your coach that was on your coaching staff, congratulations. You telling him something that Brian Flores don't know. You must be telling him something that the other white dude know, but all the black people in the room don't know.
Nah,
Who's to say he didn't text Brian Flores when Brian Flores got the Miami job? Brian was like, congratulations.
How is he finding out before everybody else?
Because they know before everybody else. People know before other people
that
get
also
hired,
leads to
bro.
Sean's point that nigga is the Godfather, is what he's saying.
Dude, they're taking him from his team. Of course, they're informing him. He has to replace these people.
And can I say one more thing? Why are we taking niggas from his team? Ain't none of these niggas been successful but Brian Flores. All the rest of them been ass. Every single last one. Ain't none of them done nothing. Not one. Not one.
I
Not
don't
offensive
believe that.
coordinators.
I don't
Not
believe
defensive
all of them
coordinators.
trash.
They
You
fired
gonna make
Buddy.
me
As
look
the
it up,
head
bro?
coaches,
That
yeah,
sounds
as head
They
pretty
fired
coaches.
Buddy
broad
from
sweeping.
Detroit for Matt, whatever dude's
Oh,
name was, and he was
don't even
super
talk about him.
ass. And he took
Hey,
y'all to the
he
playoffs.
was
That
on
was
that
Detroit,
tree.
man.
He
Please
was
don't
on that
use
tree.
Detroit. Please
Hey,
don't use Detroit. Please don't use Detroit
Please
to
don't
make
use
any
Detroit.
point about
but it's
anything, bro.
true.
Unless you saying they are garbage,
It's
don't
true.
use. I
But
think that don't
Blair,
use
but
Detroit,
Blair,
bro. They are
can,
trash.
but Blair, can you admit when they hired
And
Jim
that nigga was
Caldwell,
trash
he
there
took y'all
too.
to the playoffs, and then he had a bad year. Y'all let him go and got Matt Patricia. That
And
was a
Matt
bad
Patricia
move.
lasted all of 2 seasons, and they got rid of him too.
Can you say it was
Off
a
of that
bad
tree.
move? And now they got
Absolutely.
Okay, and now they got Mr. Kneecaps, and they trying to be like, oh, he's
Buddy
having a great
seems like
year.
he has those dudes playing hard. Y'all didn't think they tried this year. Y'all watch Detroit and be like, Detroit ain't even trying. I ain't trying to hear that. I know. I 100% know y'all have watched Detroit games and said Detroit ain't even trying to win this game.
Hey,
They tried.
Hey,
I don't. Yes, they lost. I'm all for that, bro. Because I say Detroit sucks, but I ain't gonna act like they didn't try. They tried.
hey, listen.
Them boys be trying all the time.
One of them,
They be sorry as hell.
one of the myths
I
that are no
agree.
longer that's going to be associated with the NFL is that everybody's trying to win. No, they ain't. If they feel like they terrible or they want to do
But see,
something,
that's just the funny part. That's the funny part to me is it was. I don't know why anybody thought everybody in the NFL was trying to win. Like, I just don't know why everybody thought that. Like,
My thing was, I was like, how stupid can you be? You gonna ask the black dude to tank? You gonna ask the black dude if it's true? You gonna ask this nigga to tank? It's just like so much gonna come behind that because you know exactly where it's gonna go. It's gonna be because he's black. And that shit just gonna take that shit to an astronomical level, bro. So I'm like, even if they could, even if they don't prove it, if it's true, how stupid can you be to take that kind of risk? Do you really feel, well, I guess you do really feel like, hey, this is our shit, man. This is our shit. These niggas, these older niggas, like fucking Tony Dungy and goddamn, what's my man?
I was just about to say
They
this.
used to coach the Chief.
I know you're talking about Herm Edwards.
Yeah. Yeah, Herman Edwards. Man, these niggas need to get together and write a book about what the fuck be going on with this shit, man. They need to get together and let us know. Let the cat out of the bag.
Listen,
Do that shit.
I don't
Fuck
blame you.
these
Y'all
niggas.
ain't getting no shot anyway because, you know, these fools is out here hiring dudes that we know ain't nowhere near your level of coaching at this point.
Dude, you kill all of your life when you do that. Like, Brian Flores is willing to take that L. If Herm Edwards was going to take that L, he'd have took it already. Tony Dungy was going to say the things he wanted to say, he'd said it already.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
That's what
saying.
I'm
The
saying.
boys
that,
need
bro.
to be like, fuck that shit, man. Sacrifice it for the greater good, bro. Air these bastards out.
Oh, he know he taking the book.
They've been trying to air him out for years. It ain't, dude, if he didn't get that proof from Bill, this lawsuit don't happen. That's proof. The text message is the only proof he has. You could have said
I
those
don't
dudes
know.
gave you the
Well,
worst
we don't know
interview
yet,
ever
man.
and was mad unprofessional. None of that would work. It just would be the straight up.
Well,
You remember the
you
story
know
leading
what?
up to before any of this came out, they kept saying, what did they keep saying? They just kept saying that how Brian Flores hiring went to the 11th hour. They just kept talking about this 11th hour thing, right? Like the 11th hour man, the 11th hour, he was trying to do this, Brian Flores. They said that the whole time. And they released another statement to say the same thing,
They say the
essentially.
same thing.
Is that Brian Flores is the gift. But it's because he
almost
was
hired him.
never in the running. It's literally because he was never in the running is why they said it from the beginning to put the sound out there like he almost had the job and they just went a different way. But that immediately goes on deaf ears when you look at it and it's like he got a text 3 days ahead of time. Like it immediately kills the narrative. Like you'll see it on TV. They can rewind TV. It's already out there. They can't take it back. Like then you'll see the narrative they was pushing, and it's like, oh, they was just straight up lying.
Yeah, you know when you get the text from the Godfather now, Sean, and he got the new name now. Sean done named him. When the Godfather told you, hey,
Bill, the Godfather Belichick, man.
The Godfather Belichick was like, hey,
Fools, boy.
all right,
Like,
Brian,
hey, man,
I
I heard
fucked
they
up.
made your offer you can't refuse. He was like, what? Me?
Me? Oh, me? No.
Bill Belichick was like, what the fuck you mean I can't text him? Oh, this the wrong nigga? My bad, cuz. My bad, cuz.
I'm gonna tell you
I
straight
feel
up,
like
Brian.
he texted him that.
My
My bad, cuz.
He texted him. No, he texted him, I fucked up. Oh, I fucked up.
It's just like, man, that's some kind of coincidence there,
Hey,
man. That's all I'm saying.
My bad, wrong Brian, bro. My bad.
I feel like Bill Belichick is a very detailed guy. So he probably got 7 Brians in his phone. These niggas got to have last names by him.
They
At
have
least
to.
an initial or something,
They
dog.
got to.
Sounds good.
They got to. They have
Man, Bill was going off the Henny, man. He ain't know what the fuck was going on. Huh?
Said he was drinking with Elway.
Hey, he probably was. Hey, boy, Elway probably had Bill doing Jaeger bombs and shit. Hey, that nigga was sauced up, dog.
Hey man, they all coming back from the meeting like, hire no niggas, break.
Break. I feel like they do that Rooney rule on 3, nigga. I'm gonna tell you.
Hey
That shit
man.
is terrible, man.
So it's gonna be interesting to see where it goes from here. But going from the Godfather to his son, I am going to let
Oh,
my man Blair say goodbye.
Did you say the Godfather to his
talking
son?
about
This
say
dude
goodbye.
is
Say
absurd.
goodbye.
Say goodbye to
I have
Tom
nothing. I have no such
Edward
thing to say.
Patrick Brady.
Brady.
Decided today of all days to announce that he is retiring. So like officially, this was going to be the Tom Brady day. Everybody was going to talk about Tom Brady. Then Brian Flores said, "Shit, you got me fucked up." But we gotta give him a little bit of
That's just silly,
here,
bro.
man, because
That's just silly.
but it's the truth, man. It's the truth.
I done seen like 82 montages of Tom Brady career ever since last week, bro. Like,
Yes.
that junk is crazy.
Yes.
But
Blair,
that's your boy, so yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to let you have the floor, man. We understood that you felt some type of way. He is a Michigan man. He's Tom Edward Patrick Brady, man. He's your guy. You know, you rode him to the Super Bowl last year. He delivered for you. I mean, what you got to say? Because you know,
career.
we ain't got shit to say about
it at Michigan.
Okay. I don't have nothing, man. Good job. Appreciate it. Great work. Let's go blue. I don't have a whole speech for Tom Brady, dude. Never did. I don't understand what you expected me to say.
No, I wanted you to say, like, man, it's been a privilege. It's been great. It's been an honor to watch you play.
Tom Brady, your dude,
talking
man.
about what?
Nothing.
What? No, I said good job. Appreciate it. Good run. I don't know what you wanted me to say.
This is your
I'll
goal.
talk
This
about
is
Tom
time.
Brady.
He was a.
I'll
I'll
talk
probably
about
speak
Tom.
more later. Yeah. The dudes that hate
I'll
Tom
talk
Brady
about
should
him.
speak more about Tom Brady than me.
Hey,
The dudes that hate him.
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady.
Damn.
It's about damn time, man. You've been tormenting the AFC for a long time, dog. There's a lot of good Steeler teams, and you hurt my feelings a lot over the years. And in the beginning, I was like, fuck you, because you were bum. But now that you have decided to retire, you was pretty damn good, my man. You was pretty damn good. Right now, I got him at least at quarterback, the GOAT quarterback. I say that. GOAT football player, it leaves a lot to be desired because a lot goes into football. But as far as quarterbacks, nigga, you is the one. Man, shout out to Tom Brady.
Shout out.
Wife finally told him she ain't taking that shit no more. You got to raise your daughter.
Something like that. Sean, you got anything to say about Edward?
Until that man say something nice about Ohio State, Ohio State, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming. I literally had a whole spiel for Mr. Tom Brady today. Then I read that little thing he had to say about Ohio State. Like, oh, it was a great thing that Joe Burrow left that godforsaken place. I knew he was smart when he left and all this bullshit.
Why are you surprised he said that?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I was like, damn,
Funny.
bro, it's supposed to be about you, but you try to make it about us.
It is. It is
Okay.
about him.
Okay,
That's
cool.
why he said it. It's not about y'all.
you, my man. Stick
It's
to
not
you
about
your
y'all.
career. Okay.
He
Worry
went to
about
Michigan.
your
That's
career.
why he said what he said. His career was at Michigan, fool.
Nah,
His career was at the University of Michigan.
Joe Burrow.
Leaving where? Leaving
Joe
where?
Burrow.
Leaving where, bro?
Burrow.
Where was he
He
leaving from?
never played
Where was he
for.
leaving from?
He never even played
Where was Joe
against
Burrow
Joe
leaving
Burrow.
from,
So
brother?
no,
I think your mouth got stuck in the word Ohio State.
listen,
Yeah.
listen.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
Whatever, man. But I will give you your respect, man. You
The jab in,
you did a lot of
That's-
great shit, bro. You did a
That's
lot
all
of
he
great
was
shit.
supposed.
I'm
Right,
sure.
and one of them was go to the University of Michigan to him. So screw Ohio State. It's why he said that.
That's fine. That's fine.
Let it go, bro. Let
That's
it
fine.
go.
That's fine. That's
Let it
fine. That's
go.
fine. Fuck that nigga. But you did a lot of great things. You know, you got a lot accomplished. You know, I'm sure Peyton Manning wishes he had at least half of those games back that Bill Belichick recorded his preseason
Yeah, that's tough.
moves. But, you know, we'll never know the real results of those games. But I would like to say you did provide me with a lot of entertainment. I appreciate your hard work, your dedication to the game. I appreciate that shit. That's big time right there. I respect the hell out of that shit. Yeah, man. Good luck. Hope you have a fulfilled life from here on out. Hope you figure something out that you actually want to do and you love just as much as you love football.
This nigga about to be a daddy, I'm telling you.
He probably is about to be a daddy again, so he can, you know, have a second chance of raising the baby, see it actually grow up. So
No, I don't think he doesn't want to start over. That dude does not want to hit the reset button.
hey man, you never know,
No.
man.
No.
You never know. Hey, he in
Brady is
Giselle's world
44,
now,
dude.
but
He is not trying to hit that button.
hey, he is in
All right.
Giselle. If Giselle say, "Hey, we popping out another one," he's saying, "All right." Trying to tell.
Somebody,
He a smart man. He know what's good. He know
Sounds
what's
very
good.
good.
But yeah, man. Congratulations to you. Have a nice life. Hope you stay in football in some type of way, man. But yeah, you need to watch your mouth when you're talking about Old State.
Stay away.
That's
Watch your mouth when you
Stay
talking
away.
about Old State,
Stay
Tom
away
Brady.
from the air pumps, Tom Brady. Stay away from the air pumps.
Hey man,
This
he get his
dude.
digs, we get our digs in. Fuck that shit. Moving
This
on.
dude.
Now you ain't got nothing to say?
I ain't had nothing to say before. What are you talking about?
Oh,
I said my piece. Moving on, fool.
you know,
I was asking you, do you got anything else? Is there anything else?
Moving on, fool. No, I'm done.
We're gonna wrap that
Appreciate
shit up. But the last thing, of course, guys, y'all know how we do it. I gotta let y'all know how we did last week. Everybody who watches the podcast know it was a 1-1. Some of us picked the Rams, some of us picked the Bengals. So everybody's all tied up again. Everybody is 1-1, you know. So now we have the Super Bowl, but of course we have to review what we did last week. So the first game we're going to go over, obviously, is the LA Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. That was a good game, man. I don't know how the 49ers lost this game. They had so many opportunities. In fact, I think the worst fear for Matthew Stafford happened with 9 minutes left to go in the game when he threw that pass and the safety is, man, I don't know how the hell he dropped the ball. I was looking so good, so right at that point. It was like he was wait. I don't know, like, bro, did you get tired of waiting on the ball? You were sitting there waiting on the ball. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. He just literally is waiting on the ball and goes, like, bruh.
Hey,
You killing me, Petey. You killing me,
don't
small.
play receiver for a reason.
I was just about to say that, bro. Like you say, like you surprised, like he's a safety. If he had hands, he would be a receiver.
I understand. Yeah. I understand. But, bro, bring it in. I have never seen anybody sit to wait on the ball only to just drop it.
I haven't seen it happen.
Yes, you have. I've seen it several times
like
in my
that.
life, and so have you. Yeah, you have.
Not like that. I mean, I've seen it on punts. on kickoff. I've
He's
never
seen
seen
you in
it like
games.
that, where he is
Yep.
literally like,
Yep.
bruh.
And blue,
To me,
blue. It's called too much time to think
Jalen
about.
Ramsey did the same thing.
It's called too much time to think about it.
but no,
Jalen
Jalen's
Ramsey
was
did
like
the
this.
same
Like
thing.
it was, he threw that ball,
Man,
and it was like that.
ain't
His
no
was literally
excuse.
floating.
Jalen should have. That shit was gonna be the easiest pick this nigga ever had.
That is true. It bounced off the shoulder. That is true. But I was just like, God. But I wasn't mad that the Rams won. But damn, that was a damn good game. I feel like that was the turning point, though, when Buddy dropped the interception and then they went right back, threw it to Odell Beckham. He picks up the first down. That was the turning point of the game. Like the Rams, like, all right, now we gotta get on our shit. We can't be playing. We gotta score here. We gotta finish it out. But he got the roughing the, I guess it was defenseless receiver at that point. I don't know, whichever penalty he ended up getting. But they go on to win the game. Jimmy Garoppolo,
I think the
man.
Rams feel like. I
Jimmy
think the
Garoppolo.
Rams feel like they did exactly what they wanted to do. We limited the run game, and we put the ball in Jimmy Garoppolo's hand because that's not what they want to. That's not what the 49ers want to do. And I feel like even the 49ers might have known, like, we are only going to get so far in this game. Excuse me. We're only going to get so far in this game with Jimmy Garoppolo. And it worked for about 3 quarters. Just about 3 quarters. And then all of a sudden, that shit derailed. This dude was like 2 for 11 or 3 for 11 in the fourth quarter with the like 30 yards and a pick. It was time for the rubber to meet the road, man. And I give Jimmy G credit. I think he did way better than Trey Lance would have did this year. I don't think they got this far with Trey Lance. No. I don't think they could get this far next year with Trey Lance. But sorry, Jimmy G was who he was. He was who he always is. In the big moment, he ain't gonna do it, bro. He gonna throw a pick. He gonna underthrow the ball. He gonna overthrow the ball. Like, that's what he gonna do.
Bro, you saw his face at the end of the game when that was over. And I don't mean in the press conference. I mean literally, like, at the end of the game, right after he threw the pick. Like, you could see on his face, he knew it too. He was like, "Oh, this is it. Where am I playing?" Yeah. You knew it, bro. Like, there was no reason to think that he was gonna make it out of that and everything was gonna be good. It's not happening, dude. Like, he knew it was over too. He just knew it was over. It's over.
Yeah, I think, well, some of the reports is, let me not get ahead of myself. Watching Jimmy G try to close out a fucking game is like trying to teach a 1-year-old how to walk. It is agonizing. If the baby don't want to walk, the baby ain't walking. This baby don't want to walk, bro.
Jimmy G.
I don't get
Having
it.
Jimmy G is like watching the coyote chase the roadrunner. Even when this nigga got a good idea, this shit does not work, nigga. It's just not. Even the idea, even some of the stuff he was like, oh yeah, he throw a screen to Debo Samuel. Hey, this nigga take that bitch 44 yards. But you needed so much other shit to happen on the play to go right to be like, oh yeah, we give that credit to Jimmy G. It's just like, it never pans out, nigga. It never pans out.
John?
Again, I say all the playoffs been great. I mean, we averaging maybe 4 or 5 points a game through the whole playoffs. That's pretty good, man. These kids deserve a lot of credit. The coaching staff deserve a lot of credit because, I mean, golly, we getting our money's worth for real. Even though we ain't paying $1 unless you're paying cable. Well, you know what I'm saying? But anyway,
Get that yourself.
right. But they've been to the wire every single game. Far as Jimmy G goes in San Francisco, I think they still got a good, solid foundation. They might suck a little bit beginning of next year, but I do think he gonna be able to pull off. The defense gonna pull off a couple games for you, and I still see them getting at least 9 games. The whole Russell Simmons situation is up in the air, so they can still squeak
Russell
in.
Wilson.
Westbrook. Yeah,
Yeah,
Russell Wilson.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, you said yeah.
Yeah, Russell Wilson though. So that whole situation is still up in the air. So I still can see them coming in second place, maybe even possibly first in that division, depending on what Arizona do at home. So again, I was entertained. I'm not surprised that the Rams made it. Congratulations to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more surprised the own team made it. And I say that just because of the fact that we've been doo-doo. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna admit it. We've been doo-doo for years. Then we got Marvin Lewis. We was subpar, but we never got over the hump. But we now finally over the hump. I'm ready to eat my cake. So I'm ready. My boys can celebrate now because we have came a long way. But I want them to finish it out strong. So, you know what I'm saying? Again, very, very entertaining game with the Chiefs and the Bengals. I don't understand how Mahomes, I wouldn't say he necessarily choked, but he looked a little frazzled out there, man. I mean, it wasn't too much pressure. I think he was trying to do too much to get out the pocket more than he should have. So he brought that shit on himself, to be honest. I'm excited about the Super Bowl, of course, as a Bengals fan. So I'm ready to get my popcorn.
I'm glad you brought up that next game, Sean, because I've been waiting for a little second for this shit. Chiefs fans, bring your ass to the chair. Cause, hey, I don't know what everybody else Facebook timeline was looking like during the year, but all I heard was, oh, Chiefs this, Chiefs that, blah, 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 blah. And I had picked the Chiefs to win. But guess what? It's time for the Chiefs to eat they fucking crow. You fucking blew it. You can sit here, yeah, Patrick Mahomes did play bad, but guess what? The defense gave up 24 straight, nigga. 24 straight.
That's crazy.
Terrible. Andy Reid. And I like you, Andy Reid. I like you a lot. I feel like they did you wrong in Philly. You came to Kansas City, got your flowers. It's cool. Guess what? Y'all smarted yourself. Just like motherfucking Mike Vrabel. Take the points, man. I do not care. It is the playoffs, bro. It is the playoffs. Anything can happen. Points are very, very, very hard to come by. Take all of them. Take the 3 at the end of halftime. Because Uncle Mo is Uncle Mo.
Yeah.
And once Uncle Mo flipped, oh, that shit was over. I was like, oh man, them boys about to come back. They about to come back. And then they came back. I was like, oh yeah, these motherfuckers gonna win. These motherfuckers are gonna win. Shout out to the Bengals defense. Because they hunkered down, which they needed to do, because they was getting their ass embarrassed. And they hunkered down and they did what they needed to do. So I give the Bengals a lot of credit too. But Chiefs, you blew it, nigga. You blew it. You, the Atlanta Falcons, the motherfucking first Miami Heat team, all y'all niggas is in the same boat now, nigga. You blew it. You blew it. You fucking blew it. Shout out to the Bengals. AFC North is the toughest division, nigga. I don't care what nobody say.
Right.
Blair, anything you'd like to say? I mean, Sean did the transition. I ain't gotta say nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? How did you feel about the game, man? What'd you see?
I'm looking at too many things, bro. We talking about the Chiefs game, right? We still talking about this
Yes,
Chiefs
the
Bengals
Chiefs in
game.
Cincinnati. You were there. You were
I
there.
see the Chiefs lost. I saw the Chiefs lose the game.
Yes, you did.
They seemed to lose in overtime, and Patrick Mahomes threw an interception. They lost. I don't really know. They played a good first half and a terrible second half. Things went right, and then they didn't all of a sudden. It was just all bad. After they didn't get money, they didn't get anything. Like nothing went right after they didn't score coming out of that first half. So it was just all downhill from there. And it looked weird. Like just the Florida game looked weird. It looked really crazy. And they never were able to come back from it. He did just enough to go into overtime. And then they flashed that stat on the screen and immediately. I'm like, I wonder if he about to lose this game or is he actually gonna break this trend? Where they was like nobody won the overtime game playoffs.
Overtime game.
Nobody's won two of them. If you won one the week before, you are not winning that second one. I'm like, nah. Chiefs got this. I don't know if it was like one or two plays in, Buddy throw the tip pick. It's like, oh, they don't have this. This is over. They still could have stopped them. They just couldn't stop them. Like, I don't know. Once they lost the momentum at the very end of the game, Cincinnati was like, nah, we're not doing this. And they pretty much just ran it down their throat. Like, it wasn't a lot of throws on the OT stuff. It was just a lot of runs. So they won the game, man. I don't really know what happened. Can't tell you if it was a choke artist thing. It just was something seemed a little off in the second half.
It did seem a little off.
The whole thing seemed off. Like neither side did a whole lot. You know what I mean? Like, like Cincinnati came back, but even some of their drives was a little like, what is going on here, man? The whole thing looked a little weird coming out of halftime.
Yeah.
I thought they should have kicked that field goal too. They should have definitely got the money.
I
understand why they didn't. I don't like that swing pass because it seemed like Cincinnati was all on it. But they run that play a lot, and that's probably why Cincinnati was all on it, because they run that play a lot to get money. So it was a tough thing for them not to score, but it felt weird in the second half. Watching it was like, this is weird. This game is going really weird. It doesn't seem like it's coming back. Like it just is a weird game, and it finished real crazy too.
Yeah, man. Christmas came early for us today, boy. We in there. We are in the Super Bowl, man. The Super Bowl. Nobody can say nothing to a Cincinnati Bengals fan who has been a Cincinnati Bengals fan for as long as I can remember. I have never flipped. I have been teased. I have been bullied. I have been talked about. I don't give a fuck. God damn it. It's my day. I don't give a fuck. You can kiss my fucking ass. Everybody who had talked about me, talk shit about me, talk shit about my teams, who I like. Oh, you like the Bengals, huh? Oh, man, tough life. Yes, it is. It is a tough life, goddamn it.
I haven't heard too many.
We lose a lot. We lose a lot. But I had to get that off my chest. Woo! But that shit felt good, man.
Dude,
I'm not gonna
just going bananas for no reason.
A little bitty tear formed in my right eye, and I said, "Nah, suck that shit up. We still got another game to go." But I had to enjoy it, man. Enjoy this shit. Cincinnati enjoy it. Dayton enjoy it. All the surrounding Middletown, everybody enjoyed it. We already see that they going up and going hard for the city of Cincinnati. Is going hard for the Bengals. They already done shut down school. School is out for that Monday. I seen that the Bengals tweeted that. The Monday after the Super Bowl, school's out.
I saw that.
School is out.
I saw that.
My sister sent us something saying something that the city of Dayton is going to do something. That's great shit. It's great shit. I love the fact that a lot of people who are coming out. Listen, I'm not gonna judge the niggas who've been closet bingo fans all these years. We can be real. We can be real. It's a lot of them niggas out there. Hey, we can go in on those niggas. Fuck them niggas kind of too, because that's some bullshit. You let us out here by ourselves. Yes, and I'm gonna post this shit on Instagram. I'm definitely gonna clip all the funny shit that we said in this episode. Don't give a fuck. Yes, you fans.
Hey,
Let us
I
out
put
here
it on my social media. I only know 3 Bengals fans, nigga. And 2 of them is from Ohio. I tagged them niggas. I was like, hey, yeah, don't be trying to act like you a Bengals fan now. And for Chris's heart's sake, I hope it ain't another 31 years for y'all go back.
Oh, God. God only knows. God only knows. But to talk about the game, whoo, listen, the emotions I felt. A lot of the stuff that we said, Sean, last week actually happened. You talked about Joe Mixon. Right. He had 88 yards. I talked about T. Higgins. I said T. Higgins going to have a big game. He had 103 yards catching. Those third downs that he was picking up. Key. Because when you're sliding coverage, which they were, you seen that they were sliding that safety over there to Jamar Chase's side to cut off that deep ball because he had it anytime he wanted it. But that safety is like, hey, I'm not letting him get it. You throw that bitch underneath. You throw it to Higgins. You throw it to Tyler Boyd. Hey, you know they some bad boys, man. Give them a chance. But this game actually played out exactly like the last game did. The first game, which was a couple weeks ago, so the game actually mattered. The first game, which I think that was January the 2nd, at the halftime, we were down 11 points. Darius, you are right. When it's 5 seconds left, I'm like, all right, these niggas gonna kick the field goal. We all right, we down 14. We not scared to be down 14 against these dudes. Last game we was down 11. This game we were down 11. They threw that swing pass, boom. Tyreek didn't get in, cool. That right there, the overconfidence and the arrogance of you to try to go and score because y'all rolling, it actually had the opposite effect on your whole offense. Because when you come out, the Bengals have been all year long, and for pretty much as long as we can remember, are always a second half team. Am I right, Sean? Always been a second half team. They never are first. They come out, and even if they way better than you, which was a very rare occasion, if they're better than you, they're not going to come out and just blow you out in the first half. They're always been a second half team. And for them to come back out, change the defensive game plan, stop playing so much zone, start going man on man, rush 3 or 4, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, and we got to call them out. You didn't adjust to the adjustment. Run the ball. You up 11, run the ball. You see it right there, run the ball. Either you don't trust your running backs or you just decided like, I got Patrick Mahomes, I'm going to throw this bitch. Like,
yeah, I think he had more faith in Patrick Mahomes than he had in the running game, period.
Yeah, but
rightfully so.
Yeah, but then they drafted Buddy in the first round. That's what you got him for, right? Buddy from LSU. You got him for those type of
moments.
Yeah. You got him for those type of
moments. They just got away from it. Like they just didn't do it, right? I don't know.
And the boy blew it, man. Niggas blew it, dog. Call a spade a spade. These niggas blew it. If you're up 21-3, you shouldn't lose when you the Chiefs. I don't care who you're playing. Nigga blew it. That's how I feel. Right. Niggas blew it.
When we got the touchdown,
they was celebrating every single touchdown. They was Kelsey and Hill high five, and they was partying like it was over. You can't do that. Not in the NFL. You cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. Like again, this is why I don't go tell her to tape like that with NFL. Like, look at it. We in the Super Bowl, but we lost to the Jets. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen to any team. It don't matter who you are. So
yeah, these niggas was 10-7. So
Yep. We lost twice to the Browns. We lost to the Bears. And we in the Super Bowl. So anything.
Your season can turn around at any time. So for us to come back and win this game, I was so happy. Now, the part that I did get right from last week, that we did win by 3 points. I think I had it 37-34 or 35-38, some crazy score I had. And we won by 3, 27-24. Patrick Mahomes played absolutely awful in the second half. I don't know if he just got tight or what it was. He just
hold down or something. They was on his ass.
Yeah, I
mean, switch places because Joe Burrow played trash in the first half.
Yeah, they definitely switched. Like when that, hey, you right. When that Uncle Mole started rolling our way, they didn't look back. They're like, oh, because I felt like them trying to go for that touchdown. They felt disrespected. Like, nigga, are you for real? With 5 seconds left?
I don't think so. I just feel like if you go what they supposed to do, which any team would have did in that situation, that ball has to go in the end zone. It has to go in the end zone. Then after that, the clock stops. It was a terrible play call to me. I know they run that play all the time, or they run that play a lot, but in that situational football, in that situation, even though it's a favorite play, you just can't run that play with no timeouts.
Yeah, you should have went to the flat. It was end zone or nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, throw it to the end zone. Clock stops. Take your 3. If you don't get the touchdown, because if the Bengals was in that situation, they would have went for a touchdown too.
Yeah, probably. See, another part I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this game is the fact that how we were scoring on them in the first game. I think they're thinking about the same thing. Like, listen, if we can go up a couple scores, they're not going to be able to catch up with us because them niggas can score. So they probably feel like maybe we should try to score the touchdown. If we can score a touchdown, let's score the touchdown right here. If we don't, we kick the field goal.
Hell yeah. They had just got the penalty that put them super close. Hell yeah. Take you a couple shots at the end zone. But you can't call a play that's going to get you tackled in bounds. All these plays have to be to the end zone. They have to be, the throw needs to be in the end zone.
Facts. But it was a great game, man.
Then you have an opportunity to take the 3.
Yeah, it was a great game. I do want to say that. I do want to say this. I want to say that Marvin Lewis winning all those games and taking us to those playoff games matter. And why it matters is because he actually is the one that changed the culture. He changed the culture because we used to win 2 games, 1 game. We weren't winning shit. Then we got bad again, and he got to go. But he did actually change the culture the first time. He just couldn't get us over the hump. But the thing of it is,
hey man,
when it comes back around, you actually have fans, kids that became fans because we had the Marvin Lewis era. So now that it's coming back around again, I think you got to give some of that credit to Marvin Lewis and what he did and the work that he had to do on the owner. Let's keep it 100, Sean. Let's keep it 1,000. The man had to do some work on Mr. Mike Brown.
I'm going to say,
you ready for my take on that? On everything you just said? Go ahead, Darius.
I was just going to say before Sean, this is Sean's team, so I know he's going to unleash. I'm going to say, I'm going to sit back on the culture thing just because last year they was 4-11. Joe Burrow did get hurt. That had a lot. I mean, they was 4-13 or whatever it is. Having how many games they play now? 30? I don't know. But I'm going to sit back because you know me. I'm a believer in the anomaly. Got to make sure it's not an anomaly. Next year, I ain't saying they got to go back to the Super Bowl or nothing like that. But if next year the Bengals have another successful season, then I'll buy into the I feel like the culture shifted at that point.
True.
All right,
But I
all right.
definitely
So let
think
me speak on that.
go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
But yeah, on Marvin Lewis. Marvin Lewis had his run. He did wonderful. But again, certain times where he was supposed to be a coach, he didn't coach knuckleheads, which caused us playoff games. So when you're a coach, you are the leader of that franchise. So as a leader, he failed us. As far as getting us those dubs, winning the AFC North, I salute him for that. The thing that he's doing out there in Arizona State with Herm
Herm Edwards.
Edwards.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful thing. He should be coaching somewhere. I ain't gonna say he need to be a head coach, but he's an amazing defensive coach. Now, to interject on what you said before, I want to come in and speak on you saying that we was booty. That's very incorrect. We had about 5-6 years before Marvin Lewis that we was booty. The mid 80s to late, yeah. Listen to what I'm saying. The
Go
mid
ahead, go ahead.
80s for like 4 years, we was straight. We went to 2 Super Bowls and lost them. So you can't say Marvin Lewis didn't take us to no Super Bowls. So you can't take that away from Ken Anderson and Boomer Esiason. You can't take that away from Wycheck or whatever this name, the head coach. You can't
Weiss.
take that shit away from him. This is when Weiss, yeah. You gotta admit that this is during the time the Steelers was dogs. You know what I'm saying? And they was battling with the Cowboys for getting rings and shit like that. And then the early 90s, that's when the Cowboys was balling. We had about 5 years where we was getting first round picks that they all was garbage. We got Big Daddy. He had a couple good years. We had Kajana Carter broke our heart. We had Akili Smith broke our heart. You know what I'm saying? So the drafting was terrible. So now I'm going to what you was just saying about Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown was so scared to go in his pocket for many years. The last 2 or 3 seasons is the only time he went in his pocket and he got old money. It was times that he could have got a lot of good guys, not guys that's all washed up. He has been the whole organization by the draft. To be honest with you, the guys that are balling were drafted, except Reeder, the defensive tackle, who he paid for, Von Bell, who he paid for, but a lot of these guys that he drafted,
And Mike Hilton,
you know, yeah, but
he paid him.
he really, I wouldn't even give the credit to Marvin Lewis because, like I said, it's a lot of guys that should still be a Bengal to this day. Look at AJ Green; he still should be a Bengal. He put the Bengals back on the map in bad seasons. In bad seasons, go ahead.
I understand. So what I was referring to was the 2 years where we only won 4 games and we only won, what was that, 2-3 games. Those were the 2 booty years I was talking about. And Marvin Lewis's last year when we only won like 5, right? Those were the 3 booty games when I said we was booty. Before Marvin Lewis got there, I understand the history of it from, I'm talking about after the 30 years. I'm talking about after the last time we went to the Super Bowl. I'm not taking anything away from them. From there until Marvin Lewis, from there until Marvin Lewis, from the last time we went to the playoffs, from there until Marvin Lewis, we were truly ass. You said it,
Ooh.
I said it. I'm saying when we got Marvin Lewis,
That was on like
we
6
started
years
to
though.
win, right? When we got Marvin Lewis, we
He was
started to
there
win.
14.
Now, I'm saying I'm giving him credit for establishing a culture of winning, right?
Hold on, but how long was Marvin Lewis in Cincinnati?
He was there. Let me finish. The culture
Okay.
of winning when we're going, and you remember the feeling when you're only winning 2 and 3 games for 10 plus years in a row, you need to establish a yes, Sean, yes. If from 1991 to when Marvin Lewis was the coach, you said we got Kajana Carter, didn't work. Achilles Smith didn't work. The amount of dudes that just didn't work, we had to be booty to get those dudes, right? That's what I'm saying. So all those years we was ass, when he came in, he changed the culture. We was not that good the first year, and then that next year he tried to convince Corey Dillon to come back a year because
how do Mike Brown get this credit? You said Mike Brown. You gave the credit to Mike.
I didn't say Mike Brown. I didn't say anything about Mike Brown. I said Marvin Lewis. I'm talking about Marvin Lewis establishing a culture of winning. I'm talking about just Marvin Lewis, and that he deserves some credit. I understand that Listen, Jesse Bates was drafted by Marvin Lewis, and Jesse Bates is one of the best safeties in the league. Correct. So all I'm saying is the things that he established. He drafted AJ Green. He drafted a lot of those players that went to the Pro Bowl for multiple years. He drafted Vontaze Burfict. He drafted all these players. So in order for us to even establish a culture, he did. I'll tell a lot of those players, not these players. He had to establish a culture. I understand that this is a Bengals conversation right now. He had to establish a culture of winning, and when he stopped winning,
Very Bengals conversation.
winning, I'm talking about winning is going to the playoffs. Winning is winning the division. Those are things that we had not done at all in the 90s. He had to do that in the 2000s. In the 2000s, and when we started to do that, and he started to lose, one, because his quarterback kept getting hurt in the playoffs, or AJ Green kept getting hurt in the playoffs. Then we had a player actually pass away.
He was busting y'all ass, that's why.
We had a player pass away. Like, these are things that a lot of coaches don't even have. Like,
Chris Henry.
Yes. Yeah. People don't want to bring that up. That was a big factor. We wouldn't have, put it like this. If he hadn't passed away, we never would even got Terrell Owens. Am I right?
Still at the end of the day, Mike Brown didn't spend no money, bro.
I'm not giving listen. I'm not saying anything about Mike Brown today. I'm not saying nothing. I'm talking about my guy, Marvin Lewis. I just want to give him his flowers because he did a lot of shit to change a lot of the shit that was going on in Cincinnati. Like, give the players Gatorade instead of charging them, actually give them Gatorade. So thank you, Marvin Lewis. Me, the real Bengal fan here, I'm saying thank you for everything that you did, because we wouldn't be at this point right here without Marvin Lewis. That's all I'm saying.
Bruh, the venom has come out. The venom has come out.
And this is another thing, because I see that you on the Marvin Lewis bandwagon.
No, I'm not saying he's the greatest coach of all time. I'm just giving him his credit.
Hold on. I'm gonna use everything that you just said. If you are building a culture, let's just say like the Steelers, the Cowboys, the Packers, you would never hear 2-14. Am I correct? But
facts.
You would never hear, hey, they lost 7 fucking playoff games. That's a culture. It sounds like still a losing season to me. Because if the goal is just to make it to the playoffs, Mike Brown could have hired anybody for that with the talent that you said that was drafted.
Okay.
Hold on.
I got you. Go ahead.
Get on Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor, good guy. He made it to the Super Bowl. But anybody else, we ain't gonna jump too much of a shit. But those 2 seasons, what other coach gonna really be still around with those losing seasons like that? So Mike really invested more in Zach Taylor than he even did in fucking Marvin Lewis.
I will say that Zach Taylor got these guys to buy in. I can say that. He got these guys to whatever he's telling them, they believe it.
That's the culture.
But
for you to go from one of the worst teams in the league in 2 years to the top 2, bro, that's a culture. Not going from losing 7 playoff games to being back to the shit bowl.
Okay.
I don't want that culture.
You talking about the 2 games that he only won 2 games. This is the problem. This is the problem that I have with that. When you're first starting out and you just grab a team, they're going to be, and they're ass like we were ass. He only won a certain amount of games, correct? You could say the same thing for Jimmy Johnson, right? When he got the Cowboys, they were truly ass. Wait a minute. You because you used them as an example. Everybody starts out ass.
No, okay. I'm just using an example.
No. I'm about to bring it home for you because I know you forgetting some things.
Let's do Parcell.
You forgetting some things.
Mike Tomlin.
Hold on. You forgetting some things. This is the big factor, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Because Mike Tomlin just got.
Wait a minute. First of all, we gotta go. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Yeah, because I know some head coaches that had a boot.
Listen, he gets the team. Man, let me take this bullshit off so I can get for real. He gets the team.
Lord.
He gets the team as a black head coach. He gets the team, and he got as his owner is Mike fucking Brown, who is charging the players money to get fucking Gatorade, bro. To get Gatorade. Marvin Lewis had to convince him to buy Gatorade for the players, bro. That's what I'm saying. So if he doesn't do a lot, Lord knows what else he had to do to convince this nigga to do some things. The last thing he was trying to convince him to do before he left was to get an indoor practice facility, which they still don't got right now. So the fact that he had the owner that he had, and he did what he did with the owner that he got, that shit is mind-blowing. And so he set a culture to where he got him at least good enough to be competitive, to make a playoff game. Now, he also, because of the owner that he got, he knows the owner ain't going to spend no money on free agency. So what does he have to do, Sean? He has to get questionable character players, which is Von Burfict and other players. If we really going on the history, and you know it, he has to do certain things to be able to survive with this whack ass owner. Let's call a spade a spade. You know what it is. And so for him to do that, you got to give that man his flowers.
Tell me what
NFL. I got to address this real quick. Stephen A. Smith, you don't know a goddamn thing about the Cincinnati Bengals to come on TV and say you was right about getting Marvin Lewis fired because they're in the Super Bowl right now. If it wasn't for Marvin Lewis, we would not be in the Super Bowl right now because we'll still be charging motherfucking players for goddamn Gatorade. So that's what I'm saying. You got to give a man his credit for being able to handle a situation like that as a black head coach in the NFL, where everybody else is actually, Jerry Jones has got motherfucking stereos in each locker, and this motherfucker came to get Gatorade for his players. So it is what it is. What I'm saying is, get a man his flowers, and dealing with he dealt with, and to get what he got, and to get them to the point to where they're actually competitive. Zach Taylor just took what he had and took off with it because he got a quarterback. Period. It is what it is. That's all I'm saying.
Are you saying that?
Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, because you don't know what you're talking about.
Are you saying
to even talk on us?
Are you saying that Zach Taylor is like what John Gruden did to Tony Dungy? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he didn't have to endure the same things that Marvin Lewis had to endure, because of Marvin Lewis, Mike Brown is no longer the same owner. And actually, he doesn't really run the day-to-day operations because he got older, so he started passing it off to his daughter. These are the little intricacies that Bengal fans know that niggas like Stephen A. is not decided he wanted to ignore it and talk bad about Marvin Lewis and say he deserves a job, but he doesn't deserve to be the head coach of Cincinnati. You're right.
Pause, man.
Also got to give him the respect that he was due, that he did what he did with the owner that he had. That's all I'm saying, and that's why he was there.
Pause all that.
Sean.
God damn.
All right, Sean. Yeah.
Chris is hot, bro. Chris is smoking hot over there.
And I'm not taking nothing away from Marvin Lewis, as everybody know. I'm a true Bengal fan.
I know you are. I'm just saying what it is.
No, you threw a shot. I'm the only one on here, or something like that.
Nah, I said from a true Bengal fan. I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just saying.
Here you go. My fault. I misquoted you. So let me say this: Marvin Lewis, during his time, did he have two Pro Bowl quarterbacks?
Did he have two Pro Bowl
quarterbacks? About Zach Taylor got a quarterback. Did Marvin Lewis have two Pro Bowl quarterbacks?
He did.
Okay. Yeah. You gonna tell me also that a lot of their star athletes didn't have their way? You had Chad Johnson coming on the field with goals in his mouth. You had Pac-Man Jones, like you just said, being him. You had Vontez Burfict being him. You had Ashley Ambrose coming on being him. You had the South Carolina boy Jonathan Joseph being himself. You had a lot of guys being themselves.
Sean,
y'all boy had some
Sean, he drafted all of those dudes.
Hold the phone though.
Those dudes.
Hold the phone though. Like I said, I'm not taking away from his tenure. He did wonderful for 7 years. What you saying is building a culture inside the locker room. That's what you basically trying to get to, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically gave him some ideas to make the organization better from the inside.
He had to force the man to buy Gatorade, Sean. Come on, man. Come on.
That's all well and dandy. Your biggest beef, and we just get into some psychology, your biggest beef is with Stephen A. Smith. It's not the fact that your boy put in a whole lot of work in his 15-year tenure and he got fired. Your beef is because Stephen A. talk shit. But hold on. I let you talk, bro. The thing is, Stephen A. Smith is a Steeler fan, just like we just said about Tom Brady. Tom Brady's supposed to talk shit. Stephen A. Smith is a true Steeler fan, so he's supposed to talk shit. You ain't even supposed to even listen to that shit. He's supposed to do that. Right?
You right? You right?
Okay, so let that shit go. Back to the culture thing. The culture thing, wonderful that he had drafted these guys and all that good shit. It's wonderful that we made it to the playoffs. But I didn't approve or just say I'm satisfied with just the fact of making it to the playoffs. That's not the type of culture I want to be a part of. Just like Ohio State. I can say every day, pound for pound, my boys go to war. If I had my last dollar in my pocket, I would bet on Ohio State. Can you say that for the Bengals during Marvin Lewis time? At any time, you can put your last dollar on Marvin Lewis.
And I'll tell you when. And I'll tell you when. And I'll tell you when. And you gonna say you would too. Before
I'm talking about any and everything.
No, you say anytime, right?
You want to get the Jets and you had motherfucking Revis Island.
Anytime. No. You asked, I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You asked, I'ma tell you.
Okay, let me hear it.
And you gonna agree. So we had Chad Johnson, we had TJ Husmanzada, we had Chris Henry. I think we had Rudy Johnson in the backfield. We had Carson Palmer.
Yeah.
I will take that team with the defense, and this is because this is key. Hold on. This part is key. It's very key. This is before he got his knee blown the fuck out. Carson Palmer. Right there. That's when I can put my money on the Bengals. Right there. On that team. I'm talking about Carson Palmer don't get his knee blown out. You know you would have been doing it with that. That's all I'm saying. After that, Carson Palmer was never the same.
He was on the wrong team on the wrong day. Damn right, we blew that bitch out.
That was a bad. So that leads up to this. Who are you picking?
Who am I picking?
I wouldn't bet my money on none of them Bengals teams.
Who are you picking in this Super Bowl?
Oh, no, we gotta say that for next week.
We can't do that yet. We doing that next week because this week they ain't playing. They ain't playing at all. That's gonna wrap it up for this week. I'm probably gonna cut through a lot of this.
Not so fast, bro.
All right, y'all. Peace. Oh.
I do got a I said a moment. So Darius kind of like got my wheels turning. So he had mentioned while he was on Facebook with social media, he seen all this, people basically jumping on bandwagons. And I'm just thinking, like, that shit do piss me off. Like, I see all my friends and shit that I know that's real Bengals fans hooting each other up and shit like that. I see people having little party rooms with they all orange and shit on, like Halloween. Beautiful thing. But these new motherfuckers, man. I can't say it's the new generation, whatever.
Man, you don't stop that get off my lawn trash from Cincinnati, bro. Like, it's only gonna last the season. They'll be off. Don't worry about it. They're gonna jump ship right after this game. If y'all don't win, they gone.
You didn't like us when we was winning 4 games. You fuck wasn't thinking we was gonna beat the Steelers in the playoffs. So y'all motherfuckers stay off the bandwagon. I got 2 buddies I ain't gonna say your name now, buddy. But I got a buddy that done flipped so many goddamn times, man. He was like the mad son. You feel me? Like nigga, just you know what I'm saying? You done flip team to team. I don't know what team. I done seen him with this team sitting in his backyard, and then I turn around, he playing cards with a different team. I'm like, God damn, this nigga got the whole damn NFL as his damn team.
Nigga, NFL prostitute.
Just a fan. But don't say you rocking with the Bengals or the Ravens or the Jets, and then next season you back to such and such. I mean, I got friends that when we was true Ohio State fans, I seen them rocking with. If I say this team, they'd be like, "Damn, he talking about me." But I'm gonna say he was rocking with Michigan State. But now, 5-10 years later, now you a Buckeye and you got all this Buckeye shit because we doing our thing. Come on, man. Quit all the bandwagon hopping. Rock with your team from the good to the bad. If you got a terrible coach, quarterback, rock with their ass to their ass out of there. Or you can talk your shit. Say, man, that nigga garbage. His arm is booty. The coach don't know what the fuck he doing. But that don't mean the flip-flop the next year like Blair was saying. Yeah, we might only have this 1 year. But let me shine, baby. You know what I'm saying? Next year might be your 10 year. I'm gonna love us if we
Detroit? Hell no.
1-16.
Oh, he ain't talking about me. He said in general. That is not a Blair statement.
No, this is not a Blair statement.
I
know, bro. I'm like, that's not Blair centric. No.
This is another thing about, I'm gonna say Ohio State again. You can have a wife that's a Michigan fan, and y'all niggas would not talk during that game. I got another brother. He a Michigan fan. That nigga know I hate his
niggas
guts.
take that shit to heart.
Yeah, we do not talk. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But I be
talk about
a Michigan fan this year, and then next year I see you with Ohio State jersey on, man. We might fall out for real. So bandwagon hoppers, come on, man.
Hey, bandwagoners. Hey, you know if he talking to you too. So don't be scared. Hey, don't call these niggas phones. Put it in the comments so all us can see what the hell you got to say.
Oh, who that? You don't really who they, nigga.
Hey, them boys is pulling.
Hey man, listen.
Turned into the biggest
enjoy
gang
that
in
wagon.
America.
You don't have to be on that team when they suck. Just enjoy them when they good. Most of America does it anyway.
No.
They just be like, let me like this one player for that one team until that dude leaves. Happens all the time.
Take that advice.
Don't take that bad advice.
Hey,
do
please
it.
don't believe
do whatever
that
you want to do, bandwagon riders.
Don't do
I'm
that.
with y'all. I hate Detroit.
Hey, look,
I just tell people I'm a Detroit fan by default. I totally hate Detroit, bro.
I respect niggas more that just be like, oh, I like this player. Yeah. I respect the nigga more when he like, oh, I just like Tom Brady. So wherever Tom, or I just like LeBron James, or wherever LeBron go, that's what I would rather you at least say that than to just be like, oh yeah, I like this team when they win. It was like, oh, these niggas ass. Nah, I was talking about the other team. Nigga, what? No. You can't be out here like that.
That's crazy.
Hey, it make that party so much more fun that all them people gonna have this weekend. Everybody at the party loves Cincinnati right now. So it's gonna be some fun parties, bro.
No.
Enjoy them parties, man. Take them bandwagon riders. They're gonna bring some good food to your party. Let them people show up. Let them ride the wagon, and then
they
let
gonna
them go
bring
home
the
when it's over.
That's where all the bad juju come from. The bandwagon, man.
Hey,
the bad juju.
Let me tell you, who ain't on that wagon? The dude's already playing. They ain't worried about that juju, man. They just trying to play football, bro. They just trying to win the game. They want everybody to be on their bandwagon.
Hey,
right now, Cincinnati want everybody to be a Cincinnati fan.
There's no
open and shit. Like,
there's no fuck the Bengals, but I hope they put on for the AFC though.
You see, I respect that. I respect that. But
that
don't
sounds
be saying,
like something my dad.
I just got this Chase Jamar Chase jersey, bro, and I know damn well you are not.
Hell
Hey,
no.
so what? They just found out Jamar Chase was good, so he got the jersey. Why it can't line up, man? Why it gotta be something
Now,
nefarious
if you
about it? Why they
say wide
just
Does,
be
man.
trying?
college or high school and you like wide receivers, I will understand that. But when you saying, hey, this is my team, so if you see Chris tomorrow with a Steelers jacket, you gonna let him slide?
I'm
Hell
gonna cry
no.
laughing and be like, "Did you lose a bet?"
Exactly.
Hey,
I'm just gonna ask if he
on
lost
my
the bet,
mama. On
but
my
that's
mama,
only because
Chris
Chris
gonna have
My
to
is so
call
mama
like
Sean.
on my hood.
Chris gonna have to call
ridiculously
Sean.
Bengals, bruh.
Chris gonna have to call Sean like, man, this nigga Darius tripping, bro. I see this nigga at this store. This nigga try to pull my shit off, man. What the fuck? That
It's
nigga
like,
wildin'.
hey, it's kind of like being in the gang. Like, hey,
Bro,
what you
telling you.
doing, bruh?
What are you doing?
What are you
I
doing?
wear everybody colors on their weekend.
For
See,
real.
Blair, I believe you
I
because
wear
you
everybody.
repping Detroit.
Yeah, see, he doesn't
I
understand
will
that.
rock everybody colors on their
That and you
weekend,
take
bruh.
it personal. You take it personal because all the beatings that you take over the years when y'all suck. You know what I'm saying? And then when
What you
y'all
mean
win,
when they suck,
it
dude? I
gives you
need
such
like
joy.
some
I'm telling y'all
examples of
right now.
winning.
Before I close this out, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm
Ain't no
gonna
examples
right
of
now. I'm
winning.
gonna take my glasses off to let you know I'm serious. If we win the Super Bowl, I'm gonna cry. I'm telling you right now. That's a real. I'm going to cry real tears. Okay,
Hey, man,
not gonna
everybody
lie.
don't get to see their team win a Super Bowl or go to one. So, hey, man, I feel you, man.
Hey,
Hey,
man.
you
Hey.
in there, man. Do your
You
Cincinnati
better
thing.
cry. You gonna cry in the house. You gonna tape it and put it on
I'm
the
crying
truck.
in the house. I'm
There
telling
you
you.
go.
I'm telling you.
Baby,
I don't care.
God, I knew we could do that.
I said, Lord
You gonna cry
Jesus.
if they lose. You gonna cry if they lose. You just gonna be like, same old
Yeah,
Cincinnati.
she still
Nah, I'm not
gonna
gonna cry
cry.
if we lose. I'm gonna just be like, damn, better team won, but god
No,
Same
dang,
old
that shit
Cincinnati.
gonna hurt, nigga.
it's gonna
I'm gonna
hurt.
tell you, see, Chris,
It's gonna hurt.
I'm gonna tell you right now, this ain't something you're used to because your team ain't used to going there. But
Here you go with the
but
old
hey,
man
if your
Steeler
team
advice.
lose, that shit is gonna hurt. I still got smoke for Aaron Rodgers. If I ever see this nigga, that shit was terrible. Like, nigga, what the fuck? I can't believe I lost to these niggas, man.
Hey, man,
Hey,
I feel you, bro. And I do got a little bit of experience. I have lost in some, championship games with Ohio State. So,
that Florida Ohio State game,
don't give me that Clemson
man.
Ohio State
I don't
game.
want to talk
Don't
about
get me
Ohio
started.
State.
All the
Come on,
same.
man. Nobody
Man, I don't
cares.
want
We
to
don't
hear
want to
that
talk
shit.
about that.
You
I don't
want to
even want
talk
to
about
revisit
that
none of this shit.
like y'all fucking did, like y'all really won in 2002? Y'all really gonna talk
Come
about shit
on,
like that?
bro. You just gonna get him talking about Miami, man. Come on.
Man,
For one,
listen,
I don't care about Ohio State. Nothing. I don't care
that
none of the times
was
y'all ever
such a
speak
great
anything about that.
show. Thank y'all for tuning in. I don't want to go
Thank
for
you.
16
Appreciate it, bro.
hours.
Thank you. Because don't nobody want to hear about Ohio State. I swear to God. We don't. We
Thank
really,
y'all for
really
tuning
don't.
into this very
Thank
passionate
y'all.
conversation,
Appreciate it.
very passionate
Oh, wait.
episode of
These
Yeah, I
dudes is
Said It.
crazy.
OH, holla at y'all.
Oh.
Continue to like, share, and subscribe.
Get the fuck out, nigga.
We out.
Hurricanes, nigga. Oh, one, the Hurricanes best team of all time.
It's gotta be extra, bro. It gotta be extra.
Let's
But,
go blue.
last word. Fuck Tom Brady,
Let's go
baby.
blue.
Yeah.
Let's go blue.